Hello toppers, today we will be seeing pharynx related MCQ notes and we will be seeing pharynx in a brief way so that it will be easy for the beginners and also for the people who are going for the competitive exams. So here what are all the things we are going to discuss? Its anatomy, mainly muscles, and arteriovenous supply of pharynx, then comes lymphatic drainage, then nerve supply and Killian's dehiscence which has its own applied anatomy. Before getting in detail regarding the pharynx, let's see some overall view regarding the cross-sectional appearance of this pharynx, larynx, nasal and oral cavity. The first thing is nasal cavity, you can see in the picture. Then comes oral cavity. So from here the pharynx will start and here the pharynx will end. And you can see the epiglottis and you can see the larynx lying in the anterior portion to the pharynx. And you can see that pharynx is continuing down as esophagus. So let's see what are all the things related to pharynx. Here there are three parts in pharynx. So first one is nasopharynx. It is extending from the base of the skull and it is extending up to the palatal sphincter. Then comes oropharynx and it is extending from the palatal sphincter until the tip of epiglottis. And then comes hypopharynx, that is extending from the tip of epiglottis to the C6 vertebra. How it is extending? So nasopharynx from the base of the skull to palatal sphincter and passavant ridge. Just try to remember passavant ridge. This is one of the important MCQ. And you can remember the vertebral level also, that is C2. And oropharynx, it extends from the level of palatal sphincter to the level of tip of epiglottis. If you are remembering the image, then it would be easy for you. And the vertebral level is C4. Then comes hypopharynx. It extends up to the lower border of cricoid cartilage, that is C6. So just try to remember very easily these vertebrae are even in number, so C2, C4 and C6 levels. We will be seeing regarding the muscles of pharynx. The first thing we are going to see is extensing muscles of pharynx. So those are these colored things, that is superior constrictor, then middle constrictor and inferior constrictor, as you can see in the image. And these muscles are literally circular in shape. So these are all the three muscles which is called as extrinsic muscles of pharynx. Then comes the intrinsic muscles of pharynx. So first one is stylopharyngeus, then salpingopharyngeus and palatopharyngeus. So SSP you can remember like that, and these intrinsic muscles are longitudinal muscles and we know about these three muscles, those are SSP. Next, regarding Killian's dehiscence, it is a potential gap between the oblique fibers of thyropharyngeus and cricopharyngeus. So this is one of the most important MCQ. You can remember like thigh and cry. So that this muscles, you can name of the muscle you can remember easily, and it is called as the gateway of tears. And here what will happen? It is a false diverticulum because only mucosa will be coming out of that muscular weakness, resulting in the pharyngeal diverticulum or pharyngeal pouch. Let's see how it is looking. This image. So here thyropharyngeus and cricopharyngeus are there, and if the diverticulum is coming out between the thyro and cricopharyngeus, then it is Killian's dehiscence. This we can see mainly in the old age. And regarding Killian dehiscence, already we had discussed in our esophagus related topic from Practice of Medicine. I will give you below the link so that you can easily check it out. So remember the muscle, the name of the muscle is more and more important, that is thigh and cry. Next, regarding Walde's ring. So this ring exists between the upper respiratory tract and the upper digestive tract. So simple, this is how the Walde's ring look like, and the tonsils involved are adeni, tubal tonsil, palatine tonsil and lingual tonsils. This you can see. One is palatine tonsil. Here it lies between the anterior and the posterior pillars of the fasces like this. So the above one is palatine tonsil and the below one is lingual tonsil. So it is related to the tongue, so it is lingual tonsil. comes the arterial supply. The arterial supply of pharynx is mainly because of the branches of external carotid artery. You can see in the image easily, and the branches are ascending pharyngeal artery, branches of facial artery, and branches of lingual and maxillary artery. Question regarding the venous drainage. So simple, those pharyngeal venous plexus will drain directly into the internal jugular vein. You can see in the image. Lymphatic drainage of pharynx, it is jugulodigastric node, which will be draining into the upper deep cervical nodes. So try to remember this jugulodigastric, that is enough. It's regarding the nerve supply. Both the sensory and motor innervation had been done by pharyngeal plexus, and pharyngeal plexus were made up of some fibers of glossopharyngeal and some fibers of vagus nerve. So completely the sensory innervation is by glossopharyngeal nerve and motor innervation is by vagus nerve. So thank you so much. Hereby the video is ending, and I think this might be useful for all the beginners and also for the people who are giving competitive exams. And thank you once again, and read well.